Hello, everybody, back again. And I thought about the courage to start, right? But a lot of that ability to start really does come out of us being in our comfort zone, being really comfortable. We know all of the things that are in our box, and we are in a box because a lot of our barriers are the ones that we put up for ourselves. It's not to condemn, it just is what it is. A lot of times, even as women, we've been boxed in. All the things you can do, all the things you can't do. You're too young, you're too old. I mean, there's so many things. And it really is true. You go with the devil, versus the one that may not be. And so that also keeps us in that place where we know every bump in the road, every possible problem that's going to show up. And it doesn't mean that it's for, the things that we really desire. This whole channel, The Guided Rose, is about moving us forward to the things that we really desire. And that's very scary. And to stay in our comfort zone is really a place of safety. And safety is not necessarily what we're talking about, what I'm talking about. It's about taking that calculated risk. What does that mean? For a lot of us, going back to school is just not in the picture. But there's so many things we can do, so many different skill sets that we can grow that may make us feel a lot more secure, if that's such a word, even in the workplace. Just picking up, looking at the type of things that the employers are looking at, the employers in your business. Don't even look to see what anybody else is looking for. Take a look and see what's going on in your workplace. They may be looking at people who have a tech skill, or they may be looking at people who do sales or customer service, and that may not be where you are. How can you leverage where you are to either secure your position or do better? Because that is a possibility. And age is not always the problem that it was. Because a lot of people that I know who are in leadership positions, a lot of different industries are talking about how hard it is for them to find reliable employees. Do what you got to do to make that happen for yourself. You may say, I don't have the money. Take a look and see. There are a lot of places you can go. I know for a fact I'm a huge fan of of Udemy, Coursera. You can get certificates. They don't take forever to do, but they really can help you solidify your financial situation. For a lot of people, that may not be what you're looking for. Starting, everyone's big on starting a business. A lot of you have been teachers, and homeschool is a real thing now, and it is expanded in ways that I have not imagined it would in these past 10 years. I just read in one of the groups that I'm a member of how many children are going to school and they are starting school and they're still wearing diapers. That's outrageous. Just this conversation. But just think, a lot of parents don't know how to do that effectively. Maybe you have great success. Maybe you've been doing childcare for years. That's a real skill now. And it's a real situation where you could possibly be compensated for that. Even if you just start a YouTube channel, even if you do just a Facebook. I mean, if you are doing anything on social media, if you're afraid of social media, if you this is like the time to do so. You can have your own channel about even the subtleties of how to feed children effectively. When you have a picky eater, you probably raised one. And there's nothing wrong with you getting in front of the camera and telling someone how what you became successful at being, the mother of a picky eater, to get them to eat, the different tips and tricks. But you may not be comfortable, like I am not comfortable being in front of the camera. It's gonna happen. This is like 2 times. I tried 3, but I'm here now. And just the idea of maybe thinking, well, I don't know how my English is not that good. Do it in the language that you're accustomed to. If it's not, trust and believe there are people who are looking to have an experience with you, to make whatever it is that you are offering. You might be the one person that gets them to hear it. You may say it in a way that they finally get it. There you go. You may not want to make money doing this. You just may want to just get up and share your life. They're erasing history for people who look like me, for people who come from different backgrounds, from different countries. And this might be a way for you to become the historian, even if it's of your own family. A lot of our family stories are gone. You're comfortable with that. You know the stories of your great grandparents. So why not think about recording it? You might be saying, I have a couple of pounds I need to lose. There's so many things we can do now from home, just the free videos. If you are a member of Silver Sneakers, which is a program that's attached to some people's health insurance, they have classes that they do online. They also have places you can go where you don't have to pay the fee for some of the more popular gyms. You don't even have to pay the fee. You can do it for free and just go and move. If it means something about if your medication is not doing what you need to do, you may have to really see who in your healthcare office is available to sit with you and talk to you about your prescriptions. Make an appointment with the pharmacist. They are very busy, but if you care enough to make an appointment, you might only need 10 minutes. You might only need 15 minutes of their time. And that might help you feel better, or at least be more confident in what you're doing, the type of care that you're going to be receiving. That's huge. It might mean you having to really sit down. Your comfort zone, you've been around the people in your life for a long time. And some of those interactions are not good. And the hard part with the comfort zone is that you might be the problem. And if it is the fact that if you really sit down and think about how it is the people around you, the way they speak to you or the way you speak to them, maybe you might need to think about how you can change that for yourself. Because our personal interactions are very important. And sometimes they're so important, you can choose to walk away from them. If they're not healthy, if you're stressed, if it's causing you some measure of angst, it might be a good time for you to think about what's the cause and to be honest if you're the cause. And if the cause is that you're jealous, envious, mad, angry, you're not feeling respected or honored, you're not being protected in your situation, you may have to look at that as another comfort zone and decide, do I want to continue? There are lots of ways of not just abruptly ending things, because sometimes even abruptly affects you as well, especially if there's no innate violence going on. But it might mean that you might have to learn not to pick up that time, pick up the phone. It may mean that you might want to do something instead of having to go to Thanksgiving. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do that can help you even have healthier relationships and to move out of the comfort zone, literally, of suffering. That is so hard because if if it's with people that we love, even to the point of people that we raised or raised us, that is not easy. But it might become necessary because that's a comfort zone that a lot of us tolerate because they're our family, because they've been friends with us for years. But at some point in time, it may not be the healthiest thing that you can do for yourself. And it sounds like something that it's easy to do. But even if an hour with those people cause you to be talking to yourself for a week, it's not worth it. It really isn't. And I've been there, done that, had to. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. You might also have to consider maybe if you're not feeling grounded spiritually, then maybe you might want to look at going to another church, another temple, another space. Maybe though you might be able to find, a little bit more peace going someplace and no one knows your name. You're able to literally enjoy your service and go back home. That's a possibility. There's so many areas in our lives at this stage where we may have to do that close work. That comfort zone situation is really serious. I know I'm comfortable dealing with certain situations. I had to look at them and ask myself, are you going to continue being comfortable with this? And sometimes it was a hard no. And it was simple things. Sometimes it might mean having to just look at downsizing. It may look at upsizing. I mean, whatever it is, the first step is for you to just kind of recognize it. You may not have nothing to do with that for a while, but you'll once you recognize it, you'll look at things very differently. Very differently. And that in itself, you have to get accustomed to that new way of thinking. And that's not comfortable, especially if you're doing this yourself. I thoroughly understand why so many people get attachments here on the internet with people that they don't know. People are cheering you on. I'm not talking about those people who will talk about you and all your flaws. I'm talking about the people who will cheer you on. I've had people that I've followed for years. And every time I see them, I'm just happy to see them post, happy to experience their growth, their sad days, their happy days. I've been able to send messages back and forth. We recognize each other's names and tags or whatever. I get it. And sometimes we don't continue. And the reason why is because we don't want anyone to judge us. We think, how can people who don't know me do well for me? It's okay. Trust. It'll be fine. A lot of times you get older, and just because of time and life, your friends have passed, your spouses, children, we've lost, but and now we're lonely because no one else is interested in the things that we are. I am so happy to see how many women are doing the crocheting thing. It's just amazing to see how many women are sewing, how many women who are cooking. Tag on to that. Create a community for yourself, if it is at all possible, by doing that. The loneliness, it may kind of not be as bad as it had been because now you're engaging yourself. And it's not just something to do at home on the internet, because you can go to the library and start a whole crocheting class over there. Whatever it is, painting, whatever it is. It might be truly a book um, club that you start, but it's now about making a decision about the type of life you want to live. And for many of us who have matured, it is hard to move past that mother tag. It's hard to move past the daughter tag. It's been hard to move past the wife tag. It's hard to move past the friend tag. But right now, the only thing keeping you is the idea of what you're not willing to look at, or the fact that that comfort zone kind of has us hostage. Next video, I'm going to have a little worksheet that's going to work. I'm going to talk about it, and we can work through that. It's going to be for free. You can download it. It's easy, and hopefully that'll help you get out of your comfort zone. We'll be able to move forward, and we're here at the Guided Rose to help you really transform boldly and to live your life authentically. Today, I want to thank you for taking the time with me again. I was trying to do more. And right now, thank you for watching, for helping make me feel that much more comfortable reaching out and talking to you about what, the Guided Rose is and what we are more than willing to help you do. Have an amazing day.